All right, welcome. We had some technical difficulties with using my computer, so we're on the phone, and we are here today for the Release to Rise experience. I am so excited to host this for you, whether you are new to the Sacred, Sexy, Shameless Facebook group, or you're an OG and you are pulling up a seat because you have some stuff that you want to release and move through in order to ring in the new year. This is the event for you. So today we are going to release what's been holding you back so that you can hold more in your nervous system. So the theme and what we're going to be focusing on today is releasing fear, soothing your nervous system, tapping back into your magic, and taking bold action so that you can receive more. So this is literally teaching your body how to hold more in your nervous system. So when the good things are coming in, instead of like freaking out or trying to like move the money away or whatever your strategy is, that you are able to actually really sit and hold and be the container to have the things, more of the things that you want, and to learn how to hold and make space and integrate the things that maybe feel more difficult or uneasy as well, because you get to hold both as a complex human. So hop in, y'all. Tell us where you're calling in from, whether you are on live or watching the replay. You can pop it in the chat, say where you're calling in from. And while everyone is popping in and saying hi, I just want to say how excited I am to host this today. This experience is going to be just that. It's a guided experience, and I'm not going to hold anything back. I'm going to be guiding you through a practice. It's one of my most potent tools that I use with my clients. Every time that I use this with myself or my clients, there are massive shifts. There are more clients that come in. There's more money that comes in. And it's really a great way to re-regulate your nervous system, so that you can get back to tapping into your magic, taking action, and taking that bold action that you need in order to create the results that you want in your life. So I'm hosting this event today so that you can experience this deep shift, and what a great way to ring in the new year. So if you have big plans tonight, or whether or not you have big plans or you're going out or not, this is a great way to set the foundation for stepping into next year with a new tool set, with a way to feel more grounded in your nervous system. So to start, if you're new to me, my name is Nicole Syverson. I am a freedom embodiment coach, and I teach confident women how to soothe their nervous system when mindset alone isn't cutting it, so they can up level now. So this is really where, especially for entrepreneurs, this is really for any leaders, go-getters, women that are up to big things, where mindset has gotten you pretty far. Mindset has taught you how to retrain your brain. It's taught you how to question the inner critic or different things that are going on, the negative thinking. But where you still have been holding back in some way due to you physically feeling like you can't control either your emotions or your physical reactions to certain things. So if you get swept away in overwhelm or stress or depression or bigger emotions or physical sensations that you feel like mindset just does not cut through, this is the experience for you. And I will be offering something at the end of a container that you can step into at the beginning of 2022, but I will share that at the end. And after you experience this massive shift, I will then share with you how you can work further and get the support around this. So like going to the gym, it's not like a one and done. You just go once and it's like you have a perfect body for life. This is about getting the support, the accountability, and the healing solution-based tools to support you in commanding your courage, taking action, and really rising up, because you have to do and be differently in order to get different results. So what I know for sure is that the more you're able to regulate your nervous system and your emotions, the faster the shifts happen for you, and the faster the results that you desire can happen. So whether this is having more consistency, that is a big one that will be in the container as well, is that creating this accountability and consistency is huge in order to take the baby steps, to keep going, to keep commanding the courage even when it feels barfy or scary, and take the action that you need and want to take in your life and business to create different results. So once we finish with the experience, I will share that with you. And as we go along, sometimes my internet can be a little bit glitchy. So if it cuts out or if it freezes or pauses or anything, you can just wait here. I'll be back. Or let me know in the chat if you can't hear me, or if it freezes, just let me know in the chat. And then that way I know, because otherwise I won't know. And this is also a request for you to be here, to allow this next hour or so together to be fully present, to receive this guided experience and really create this space to get rid of distractions. I'll be guiding you through this practice. And I know for timing purposes, if you aren't able to watch it at this time live right now, come back and watch the replay, like save it, save the video, and come back to it when you have the time and space, and know that you can come back to this tool and use it at any time, any day, to regulate your nervous system. So this is really an opportunity for you to soak up this time and space to receive and to be held, and to allow this experience to shift and shape you however that is meant to happen for you today. So let me know in the chat what you would love to shift today. So as you're watching this, whether it's live or on replay, if you're watching replay, you can just do #replay. And let me know what are some bigger things that you're wanting to shift. Maybe you're wanting to release old patterns. Maybe you're wanting to shift the overwhelm. Maybe you're wanting to shift the money struggle and you want to drop that struggle and that stress. Whatever it is, let me know in the chat. Pop it in there. And I already gave you a little bit about me, but for those of you who are new to me, I do have over 19 years of experience in bodywork and personal development. I use what I'm teaching you to overcome, I use this for myself personally to overcome having panic attacks every time I used to go to teach yoga when I first started teaching yoga. And I use this to heal from behavioral patterns, from childhood abuse, and different things that emotionally that used to be really overwhelming for me. And really to show up unapologetically and get to share this kind of space with you. Doing this kind of work for me, whether it's speaking with you here on video or getting up and doing workshops and presentations, it used to be terrifying to me, and I know being on the other side of that it is possible to heal and move through that, and to regulate your nervous system in a way where you can still take the bold action and curate and command your courage to take that action, instead of having your physical symptoms like the panic or the overwhelm or the stress or the pain you feel in your body being the thing that holds you back. So here's what's been happening for you. You've been using the mindset work. You've done the talk therapy, and you've used this to process and to move through, maybe retrain your brain around certain things. However, like I said before, you're still having these physical symptoms, whether it's big emotions, difficult emotions, and inner resistance. Like you just feel like you're fighting yourself, like you can't, almost like you're moving through tar. Like I just can't move through this thing. And so this is where the body work, my background in body work and regulating nervous system, being trauma informed, allows you the space to unpack, to release, and to really understand what's happening in your body and what's coming up for you, so that you can move through it. And this is where this really bypasses the mindset, because you can do mindset all day long, but if you're having a panic attack, mindset doesn't really work. You need actual physical tools and regulation systems to help show your body that it's safe and feel that it's safe, not just trying to tell yourself it. So this actually sets a stronger foundation for mindset to work more efficiently for you. So it goes hand in hand with mindset. We do work on mindset in some of the programs that I offer, but this sets the foundation for your mindset to be more powerful. So let me repeat that. Your body is the one having the reactions and sensations that are holding you back. It's not your conscious mind. Your body is built to remember pain and will unconsciously hold back from the unknown or perceived stress. You know what you want. You know your why. You know you are meant for more. So the reason you aren't getting what you want is because your body is blocking you. And it's with these symptoms that you feel like you can't control, whether this is the big emotions, overwhelm, stress, and it's unconsciously keeping you stuck in old behavioral patterns and it's keeping you in the safe zone. It's keeping you from stepping into the unknown. It's keeping you in doubt. It's keeping you in this overwhelm where you have to be so busy and you're always busy, and that's the only time you feel like you're actually doing things. And this is where we cut that pattern. We break the pattern of staying in that spin cycle and teach your nervous system how to lean back, to open up, to hold more. So your body uses fear, scarcity, and lack. So your body uses feedback and sensations of panic, of anxiety, of overwhelm, of that like fight or flight feeling that's buzzy, and it gets your mind going. And it does this to self-protect. If you don't move forward, you're safe. Your body is holding the unconscious memories of when it wasn't safe for you. So your body is unconsciously being triggered by certain things that your mind may not be cognitively during the day. Because like I said, you know what you want, you know what you desire and what you want to create. And it's the physical symptoms that are holding you back versus like you knowing what you want. So let's be real, you know you're capable. You know that you are capable. You are capable. You know you're meant for more, yet your body is the one that's reacting to perceived threats. So your body is the one pumping the brakes. So rather than getting angry with yourself and going into this like resistance of self that you're feeling in your body, I'm going to teach you how to move through that by honoring it, by like taking it and being like, yep, this is how I feel right now, and using your body to unpack, to release, to move through that and really release it, to re-regulate your nervous system so that you can tap back into your magic, command your courage, create conviction, and create consistency with yourself, because that's the piece that's missing. So before we get going, I want you to pop in the chat and tell me, for you, whether you're live or replay, and do hashtag replay if you're watching the replay, what physically happens to you when you start to feel stuck? What physically happens to you when you get into that overwhelm or panicky state? Do you feel like panic? Like, is it that anxious tightness in your chest? Do you feel heaviness or pit in your stomach, like that almost depressive, or you're just like your body starts to shut down? You go into more of like a dorsal or a fawn response in your nervous system. Do you feel lethargic? Do you feel heavy? Do you feel like you need a 10-hour nap even though you just woke up and then after looking at your to-do list, you have to put it away? Whatever that thing is, I want you to drop it in the chat and let me know. And so now let's move into the how. You want to know the how. You want to know, how do I get unstuck? How do I move through resistance? How do I get to my next level? And how do I work with myself and my body and my emotions rather than against it? Because it's when you're fighting with yourself and you're resisting your own movement and moving forward, and you're trying to hold back or hide away or not feel something, and that's holding you back from expanding, opening up, and holding more. So at the beginning of this call, I told you that I will be guiding you through an experience that I've used for myself on and off over the last 20 years, and I use with my clients to be able to up-level now by soothing your nervous system. So this is when mindset alone is no longer cutting it, and this is the Release to Rise experience. So I'll be guiding you through that today. And the key to success here is using this release method to acknowledge, honor, and integrate the pieces of yourself that you've kept hidden. These parts that you've mentally tried to hide under the rug, off to the side, and things that have happened in the past, but your body is still reacting to. So we are not going to go back into like your core wounds or your traumas and like reprocess those. You can do that in therapy. This is more about dealing with what is real for you today in this moment, and learning how to stop the triggers or acknowledge them, and when you feel triggered, learning how to break the old patterns faster so you're not just in reaction to a trigger, that you can pause, break the pattern, unpack it, and then move through it. This is not it does not take long. We're going to go through this in about 20 minutes or less. And this experience is meant to be a quick shift that you can use at any time to regulate your nervous system, to rise the fuck up, and get on with your bad self. So on top of regulating your nervous system, to hold more, to take more action, to step into that next level version of yourself, there are 3 elements in people's lives that normally keep people from fully committing to themselves in their next level. So the first is time. A lot of people will use time as an excuse to not change, to not move forward, to not get the results that they want, to not have to commit to doing something that either seems scary or challenging or uncomfortable. So I just want to say here, it's not that you don't have time. And I've met and I've known people, and myself included, when I've in the past worked 3 jobs and was going to school and still made time to do things. And while I don't recommend like the hustle culture and living in that kind of survival state, my point is that you make time for what is important to you. And when you are able to regulate your nervous system and trust yourself and allow yourself to lean into doing something differently and doing something new, that is where the change, the transformation, and your reclamation happens. So if you don't decide to make the time for yourself to do things differently, it can, and I've seen this happen with peers of mine in their business, in their life, in relationships, where it can be months, decades, years will pass by, and they're still complaining about the same thing, or they are still stuck in the same thing. And I don't tend to attract those types of women in my groups. However, we've all experienced that on some level. So this is just taking a mental note of noticing when you talk about wanting to do something different, or investing in a program or coach or a new relationship or therapy with your husband or whatever the thing is, that if you're saying, I just don't have the time to do that, it is you choosing to not have the time to do that. So just being mindful starting out where that is like one place where an element where people aren't fully showing up for themselves and they are taking themselves out of the game by choosing to decide that I don't have the time for this, is really just saying either it's not that important to you, it's too uncomfortable, or you're not ready yet. The next is trust. So you may be in a space where you've been trying so hard for so long that you maybe feel like you've broken trust with yourself, or maybe you feel that way with source. I prefer the word universe or source over God, but maybe you feel like I've been trying and doing and all the things, and you feel disconnected from trusting yourself or source. And this can have you feeling a bit hopeless. This can have you feeling like you're not trusting the timing of your life. And this trust can feel broken if you've invested a lot in yourself, whether this is financially or with time or both, or in relationships or business or something, and things just haven't clicked or they haven't worked out, and you're starting to not trust yourself or source in that investment that you did. So trust is a big one, where if trust has been broken either with yourself or source or both, where rebuilding that sense of trust within yourself and your timing and source is huge. And this is an integration process, and it's a rebuilding process. So anytime trust has been broken, whether it's with yourself or with others, there is a rebuilding process that needs to happen there as well. So the other element that can affect your next level outside of a dysregulated nervous system is money. Many women use money as a reason that they can't have what they truly want. So whether this is you not having enough money, or spending too much, or it's never enough no matter how much you have, this piece specifically, all 3 of these are ways that our nervous system gets dysregulated, right? Because when there's not enough time, you have to squeeze and be busy and run around. Or if you don't trust your timing in your life, then you're going to be constantly feeling like scarcity and there's not enough, and I need more time and I don't have enough time. And the same thing with money. We can get so triggered. I know this has been a huge healing process for me around money. And the real reason behind why you aren't holding in enough money for yourself, why you're overspending, or thinking you don't have enough when really you have more than enough. And this piece of feeling safe and secure in your nervous system is directly tied into your physical sensations. So your relationship with money, how you feel about it in your body, can absolutely trigger you into scarcity, lack, fear, overwhelm, and it just completely overrides your physical nervous system. So all three of these elements can definitely lead into triggers around your nervous system, and they are definitely elements that you get to, in what I'll be sharing with you later, get to work on healing your relationship with and building consistency in order to also help you regulate your nervous system. So let me know in the chat, of those three things between time, trust, or money, let me know which one you say you most want to improve, or if you're like all three, I would love to improve on those. Let me know in the chat. And yeah, I know those are like some big ones that I hear in the coaching industry a lot, around people wanting to invest in their business, but they're not sure yet, or they're further along in their business and they've overinvested and maybe not seen results yet, and they're beating themselves up for not getting the results, when really there's this huge other piece around your nervous system and your emotions and different things that aren't addressed in normal business coaching, right? So this is a piece that's severely lacking in the business coaching pieces. This is not about setting up a funnel and knowing how to launch and having a launch structure. And you can have all of those things set up. You can know all of those things. You can have all of the information for those. But if you don't know how to regulate your nervous system and how to command your courage and how to get on and do the live anyway, or whatever the thing is, or to keep going when there's no results yet, your nervous system can take you out of the game. Your emotions can take you out of the game. And this bypasses mindset, because you can be telling yourself, I'm enough and I've got this and all this stuff. But if you're physically having sensations that you don't know how to manage or release or control, it's going to keep holding you back, and you're not going to be getting the same kinds of big results that you're looking to have. So again, drop it in the chat. Let me know if it's trust, time, or money that's the biggest element for you that either trips your triggers with your nervous system, or you feel like is part of the thing that holds you back, right? There's a lot of busy moms that are entrepreneurs that are like, fucking time. I need more time. And there's other people, you get what I'm putting down. So let's talk for a minute about a little bit more about like what's actually coming up for you. So I think it's safe to say that the biggest fears that can come up here is the fear that it's going to take a long time to get to where you want to go. Whether this is in your business, in relationships, or that your body is the frenemy, like the thing that's in your way. Whether this is from chronic pain or illness, or the overwhelm and stress where you're like, I know I want to go live, and I go live, and even though I've been doing it, I still like close up or clamp up or feel resistance within myself, and I don't know why I can't just say the thing that I know I want to say, right? So these are unconscious holding patterns. And the frustration is that mindset alone isn't cutting it. The frustration is that you're worthy, that you're capable, that you have all the systems and structures in your business that you know you need, but you're still not showing up as fully or as big or as bold or as consistently as you want. So I work with a lot of clients that talk about their anxious feelings that spin them out and they just can't seem to get it together, even when they've scaled. Like most of my clients are 6-7 figure women, and while they're doing big things, they're out there, they still have these pieces physically that they rub up against, and the work that we do is helping them move through that quicker with the big emotions, with the negative emotions, with these triggers that come up, and they're like, I already dealt with this, like I don't know why it's coming up again. And we move through those quicker, where mindset alone isn't cutting it. And what you really want is the freedom to do the big things, to do the hard things that you know you want to do, to get to express yourself more freely, to get to command your courage, take bold action, and to really regulate your nervous system. So instead of operating in this like survival, I need to like get somewhere and do something and do to get, and this is really about retraining your nervous system to hold more, retraining your nervous system to let go of old patterns that are keeping you stuck. They're old coping mechanisms that are no longer serving you, and really own the shit out of yourself in all areas, the good, the bad, the light, the dark, because you are a complex, diverse human being, and you're not just one thing. You're not just good. You're not just bad. And the more that you can own where it's all of you, it's the complexities, it's duality of pain and pleasure, and learning how to hold both, learning how to expand and open up to more pleasure, and learning how to hold and open up to integrating and holding this piece of you that might feel more sticky, and understanding it more clearly of how it's trying to support you in your way. Really, most of those stickier pieces are just a part of ourselves that have been hurt or trying to keep us safe. And the more that we can understand that and move through those more quickly, the faster you go. So I am not about necessarily quick fixes. However, this is a quick shift to help you keep moving. It's to help you feel more at peace. It's to help you not fight yourself or resist the parts of you that don't feel good, and giving you the tools to learn how to hold all of it so that you can feel integrated and in truth and in love. And that really is where your soul space is. That's where your magic is. So what you really want is the quickening, and it's a shift to get results so that you can have what you want to have, and you can keep going, and you can expand more, and you can share more, and you can reach more people, and really feel in your power and have the courage to keep taking bold actions and keep leaning into the unknown. So drop a hell yes in the chat if that's what you came for. Go ahead, and if you're watching live or on the replay, drop a hell yes in the chat. And now that we're all in the right place and we know we are, let's get started. Are you ready to drop in? Let me know in the chat. Okay, so as you get settled in, I want you to clear your space, maybe pop in some headphones if you don't have them already, and allow yourself to get comfortable. So you can sit down or lie down. And if you need a blanket, if you tend to get a little chilly, or turn on a heater, depending on where you are in the world. And allow yourself to drop in and breathe. And as you start to deepen your inhales and your exhales, breathing in and out through your nose. Deeply breathing in through your nose, out through your nose. Allowing yourself to feel the weight of your body wherever it's resting, in your chair, on the ground, or in your bed, wherever you are. And allowing yourself to lean back into your back body, and almost this feeling of leaning into your nervous system. So every time you inhale, you can lean back even further as if you're expanding. And with every exhale, just allowing yourself to shift and settle into the weight of your body, into gravity. Allowing yourself to be held by gravity, by the earth, by your body. And as you continue to deepen your breath, as you inhale through your nose, exhaling out your nose, you can start to bring your mind's eye down into your pelvic bowl, so down into your pelvic bones. So bringing your mind's eye, your imagination down into your hip bones, your sit bones, your pubic bone, your tailbone, your sacrum. And imagining there being a bowl in your pelvic space, almost like a singing bowl or just a big bowl. So as you inhale in through your nose, you can breathe in through your nose, through your throat, through your heart, through your belly, all the way down into this bowl. And as you exhale, maintaining that anchor or that bowl. And as you exhale, just noticing the space in your core. So as you breathe in, you're filling up down into this bowl. And as you breathe out, the bowl is maintaining. It's like an anchor. It's like a foundation, the bones. And then as you exhale, you're just noticing the space that you're creating. As you continue to breathe here, just noticing this inner container that you're creating for your senses, for your nervous system, for your body. And as you exhale, just leaning back into the backside of your body and noticing this inner foundation, this anchor that you're creating through your pelvic bowl. And as you continue to breathe here, just noticing the calming effects that this has on your nervous system. Noticing if your mind is still kind of wanting to race, and just guiding your mind to follow your breath. So when you focus the breath and with intention, you focus the mind. So your mind follows the breath. And as you continue to feel the weight of your body, and as you're kind of leaning back into the weight of gravity in your body, and as you notice this anchor in your pelvic bowl, with every exhale, you're just going to relax even more deeply into this sense of being held, this sense of feeling safe in this present moment, this sense of an inner anchor, inner resource of calm. And as you are breathing into this space, I now want you to pull up wherever you feel like in your mind's eye, wherever you feel like you've been holding back, or you are getting stuck, or you feel frustrated, maybe angry or bitter or resentful, I want you to pull up the negative feeling or situation in your mind's eye. And as you notice this sense of whether it's overwhelm or angry at yourself or whatever that feeling that you've been trying to avoid, you've been trying to outrun, I want you to pull it up in your mind's eye. And as you notice this specific situation or scenario, I now want you to notice where you feel it in your body. And as you notice where the sensations are happening in your body, notice if it's a tingling, a tightness, a constriction in your chest or your throat. Noticing if there's a heaviness or a contraction or a pit in your stomach. Just noticing and feeling into the sensations of where you feel it in your body. And as you are feeling it, I now want you to state out loud, as if you were the emotion, and just start describing yourself in I am statements. So you might say, I am heavy, I am constricted. And this is a little bit of like mind's eye imaginary, but just whatever first words, phrases, feelings, colors, sensations, or textures come to mind that describe how this sensation feels in your body. And as you continue to just notice the sensations, the feedback, and using I am statements, and I want you to say out loud, as if you were the emotion, and saying, I want you to know. So saying, I want you to know that I don't feel safe. Or I want you to know that the last time we did this, we got humiliated, or whatever first things that pop up. So as if you're the emotion speaking to you of what is actually coming up, like what the fear actually is, what the pain actually is, and just letting it speak to you as you're observing it. So letting your body feel the sensations, noticing and describing those, but giving it a name, giving it a voice. So what messages does it have for you? What is it trying to keep you safe from? What is it trying to tell you? What is the pain or the hurt or the stress or the thing that is true to you, that is true to this part of yourself? And as you're doing this, notice if your body wants to move. So you can allow yourself to start making any movements. Maybe there's like this, I just want to move my arms or my hips, and allowing yourself to let this emotion, this sensation, this feeling state to start to express itself. If it were to be able to move freely through your body, how would it move? You might get the urge to get up and like jog in place. You might get the urge to curl up into a ball. Letting your body guide the movement and letting this emotion, this sensation be moving freely and expressing itself. So this is getting out of the mind and moving through how it wants to move in your body. And as you continue to move, you can start asking, what does this feeling, what does this sensation, what does this fear, this stress need from you to feel safe, to feel heard, to feel protected? So noticing how you can start speaking to this part of yourself as you continue to move. What does it need to feel acknowledged? What does it need to feel safe? Are there any images, any words, any phrases that come up, and say them out loud? And as you continue to move with this and be holding this space, so coming back to breathing, holding this container in your pelvic bowl, and allowing this conversation to happen with your body and with your emotions, where you're not just trying to push them aside, you're not just trying to avoid, but you're actually having this conversation. What do you need from me to feel safe, to feel heard, to feel seen? Noticing what words, phrases, images pop up in your mind. And if there's one that feels really like, oof, that's the one, you can start to repeat that word or phrase that hits your heart, that rings true to you in your truth. And as you continue to repeat it out loud, you can start wafting your hands towards you. So this is the piece of receiving more. So as you start to waft in and you affirm this statement of truth, whether it is I am safe, it's safe for me to speak my truth, I am the fire, whatever that phrase, that word, that image was for you. And as you continue to breathe, just wafting this in. So you're regulating your nervous system. You're using your own truth, your own magic, your own breath, your own body to regulate your nervous system, to clear out difficult emotions and know that you can hold them. They are just sensations. They are just feedback. They are letting you know. It's your body's way of speaking to your mind. It's letting you know that something's up. So rather than resisting it, rather than going back in time to old wounds or anything like that, you're dealing with the triggers and you're breaking the patterns of reaction and avoidance, and it's allowing you to be with what's real for you, what's up for you. And as you continue to breathe, continuing to say the phrase as you waft it in and feeling it in every cell of your body. And as you continue to do this, you can bring your hands to your heart and holding and breathing here. You can close your eyes or soften your gaze. And as you breathe here, soaking into every cell of your body, feeling your heart expand, feeling grounded through your pelvic bowl, your feet. Noticing the difference in your nervous system now versus when you were thinking of the situation or the emotion. Feeling the lightness, the openness in your heart and your chest, feeling that expansion, and breathing that into every cell of your body. And really breathing in and anchoring in that is how quickly you can shift through a difficult emotion or a trigger or an overwhelm. And from this place is where your mindset work and reframing your brain is going to have a deeper impact than to just try and mindset your way there if you have all that tension and all that energy from that sensations of those emotions. So using your breath and your body and releasing emotions in order to regulate, to rise. So as you breathe here, And when you're ready, come back into the Zoom room, well, in this case, the live on the Facebook. And whether you're live or on the replay, let me know in the chat. Type any ahas, type how you feel now, maybe talk and type in what you released, what that shifted for you. And in just a few moments, I will have time for Q&A. And as I said in the beginning, I will be sharing with you ways in which you can work with me and continue this momentum to retrain your nervous system, to release, to rise, to hold more. And if you know this is more of what you need, where mindset alone isn't cutting it, and helping you shift faster and to regulate faster, to re-regulate, so you're not getting stuck in triggers, you're not getting stuck in overwhelm, you're not getting stuck in stress, you're not getting stuck in your head, to where you can move through, and this is really a healing-centered, body-based practice, to re-regulate your nervous system. It creates more emotional maturity and depth, to where you can hold both pain and pleasure, you can hold more complex situations, and allows you to step into your leadership and really hold more maturity in your emotions. So if this is the thing that you know you've been missing, I am so excited to share with you the Courage Curator. And this is my new upcoming program that will be opening up to everyone at the end of January. And you guys, I have to wait because I'm on my phone here to pop it in the chat. But I will pop the link in the chat here in the live. And this is probably my favorite offer that I've created so far. It's a 90-day container. It is a hybrid of a mastermind, co-regulation, healing space, and transformational journey to set the foundation for your next level now. So over the 90 days together, we teach your nervous system how to release stress, to release difficult emotions, and learn how to bypass the conscious mindset stuff that isn't working or cutting it for you, and teach you how to tap back into your magic and command your courage now, so that you can take bold action, keep showing up, and create the consistency and have the accountability to create results that you want in your life and business. So this container was created for female leaders, entrepreneurs, go-getters, any and all desiring to rise up, command the courage, take bold action, and create the results they desire in their life and business. So in 90 days, you're going to be getting weekly, 3 days a week of nervous system regulation, solution-based tools to help support you in healing and seeing results, and weekly accountability to support your up level and work through where you're feeling stuck and still holding back. So there will be guided co-regulation tools every week, and you will get monthly guided release practices, very similar to the one we just did, but it's more intimate. So we'll be in a private Zoom room. I'll get to actually see you and guide you through more of in a smaller container, and really helping you shift your shit faster, basically. So this is all about creating consistency. This is about regulating your nervous system. This is about having accountability and co-regulation. So a lot of entrepreneurs, leaders, and females out there are trying to go it alone. They're trying to create and do and self-regulate all of the things on their own. And this is really a space to be in community, to co-regulate, to learn how to really regulate your nervous system, and give you the tools, solution-based tools to create more consistency and have the accountability in place to check in and move through the stuff that's been holding you back faster, to break the patterns and create new ones. And it's 90 days being held in a container to curate your courage, to command your courage, tap back into your magic, re-regulate your nervous system, and really get back into that conviction of what you're here for, and tapping into your lion heart and really stepping up and rising at the beginning of 2022. And I cannot believe it's 2022 already. So this is all about receiving support and getting every week. We'll meet Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for a half an hour, and I will guide through a regulation practice that helps you to not only shift your mindset, but to have body-based tools to help you shift back into your courage, back into your truth within 30 minutes or less. And the replays will be up every day. So if you're not on the same time zone or can't make it live, that you can access them any time of the day when you feel triggered, or you want to use them first thing when you wake up or at night. They will be there, and it'll be an accumulation throughout the 3 months together, where we do 3 weeks on, 1 week off. So you have a week to digest and catch replays or get organized. And then we have bi-weekly emotional release practices like this one, but we go way more in depth and it's way more private in a container of a Zoom room. And you'll have a private community as well. My goal is to fill this with 22 women and go on this transformational journey together, where you create consistency, you come back into your courage, and you have the conviction to create the results that you want in your life and business. So this is where mindset isn't cutting it. You have all the business structures and tools. You might already be at 6 or 7 figures in your business or wanting to get to that place. And you know that you need the accountability and the co-regulation or community support to check in with and to move with and to be able to shift and remember who you are on a daily basis, and not just trying to do it all on your own. So this is an amazing container for women that are ready to rise, that are ready to command their courage. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link in the chat. I'll open it up here too, as well for any questions, whether you're live or on the replay. You can drop those in now if you have questions. I will have to wait to drop in the link until, because I'm on my phone right now instead of my computer. But I have early bird special price for the 90-day container is $750. That is less than $100 a week, you guys. This is like outrageous. It's an amazing container and group because I want it filled up. I want it to reach as many women as possible. For us together, we rise. So share it with a friend if it's something that you know that maybe is not for you, but is something that a friend of yours would benefit from. Share it with them. I have an early bird special through January 8th, and we start, I believe, the week of January 25th. So it gives you a couple weeks to get ready to go and really get in the momentum and the space of getting that courage and that conviction to really rise up. And yeah, I cannot wait to host this for you. I'll go ahead and hop off here and drop the link in the chat so you can go check it out. If you have questions, let me know. There are payment plans that make this like stupid, crazy, like no-brainer, amazing opportunity. I'm so excited about it. So excited about it. And I'm really excited to create this community with you and give you the support that you need to change the relationship that you have with your nervous system, to really learn how to regulate it on the regular so that you can create consistency and allow yourself to, with conviction and courage, get to rise up into what you really want to create in this new year. So I will go ahead and hop off so I can drop it in the chat, and cannot wait for you to check this out. So I'll see you soon. If you have questions, don't be afraid to DM me, and I will see you all soon. Thanks for joining me today. Big love. Bye.